Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. We have arrived at the League One playoff finals. I'm still bitter, angry, annoyed that Oxford are on it. I've got to park it. I've just got to put it to one side. We've got a great game ahead of us, Tom. It's the only thing left to decide. So let's jump straight into this one with only 8,000 fans allowed in Wembley. It just annoys the hell out of me. Lincoln City versus Blackpool.
Ian, I need you to keep it together. This video, I think it's roughly anywhere from 8 minutes to 38 minutes, but I need you to stay strong throughout this. Don't let the minutiae of this get to you.
So long as you do a long rant now about how Blackpool robbed Oxford, how Oxford were much the better side over the two legs, and if you can keep that lie and pretense up, then I'll be happy.
I was about to say, are you Karl Robinson in disguise? I think roughly 2 or 3 weeks ago, though, Ian, me and you called this. We said it was going to be a Blackpool versus Lincoln final. We couldn't see at the time Portsmouth, who were in 6th place, I think at that point, or Sunderland winning their playoff games. And we were right, except Oxford took Pompey's place. But Blackpool deserved to be in the final. Lincoln deserved to be in the final. Especially Lincoln, who led the league for what I feel like was at least a third of the season. They played some really good football. And these have been two of the most efficient sides we've seen in this league. They don't waste possession they have. They're willing to completely change tactics on a whim. And I'm quickly going to highlight what Blackpool were able to do to Oxford, because they were sensational at setting out in this sort of 4-4-2. And yet so much of their play comes directly through the middle. But it's not directly through just two center mids. Their wingers come close in, they'll play a quick 1-2 or something, and Yates and Sims, one of them is always willing to kind of drop back, receive the ball, and the other one run onto it. We saw that with Yates getting a goal. We saw that with Sims getting a goal. They're both willing to do the work to get the ball to help the rest of the team out. And Blackpool were deserved winners overall 6-3 in the Oxford tie. And I think this is their year, Ian. They've already had 5 promotions from playoffs.
I think we both agree it's going to be a really tight game. There's not much between either one of these sides, as we've just said. Both of them were very impressive, coming through their semi-finals in different ways, really. And you've talked about how adaptable Blackpool were. Lincoln, it was very much kind of a backs-to-the-wall job for the first half against Sunderland. And we talked a lot about the crowd, how they might impact that game. And they were literally carrying Sunderland through, it looked like, at half-time of that one. They were all over Lincoln. They should have been maybe more than 2-0 up. But I have to give full credit to Michael Appleton for turning it around. We talk a lot about half-time team talks on this channel, and I don't think it was one of those ones where he's going to go in and rant and rave, because he's not that kind of guy. But I think he would have reminded those players the season they've had, they deserve to be there. Don't be overawed. Go out and play your football, because they were a completely different side in that second half. They seemed relaxed. They seemed composed. They were able to get on the ball. They were able to turn Sunderland and create chances. They won that second half. They got a goal through Tom Hopper. They had a penalty which Grant missed. And by the way, Lincoln have had the most penalties in the Football League. I think probably only Man United have had more than them. But it should have been more comfortable than it was, because the way they came back in that second half. And it was a very, very mature performance from a side that's very, very comfortable, and a manager that looks very, very comfortable with his set of players and has a lot of trust in them as well. They did a lot of the things that I thought how they might hurt Sunderland came into play in the first leg and the second leg, really, and that's by getting the ball through the likes of Bridcut and Grant, getting the ball out to the width, using Hopper as a hold-up man, and just generally being very strong and resolute. This game, it's in danger of being a very low-scoring affair, though, I think. I think both sides are going to be very cagey, not going to be wanting to risk too much in the opening throwings of this game. I think it could come down to, set pieces or something like that. I really don't see a lot between the two sides.
I didn't see Blackpool banging 6 goals past Oxford. I didn't see Lincoln, what did they get? Is it 3 or 4 against Sunderland? I didn't see this many goals happening in either of those, especially the 2-0 first leg win for Lincoln. These weren't results I saw coming, and I think that both the managers proved that they realized the importance of getting a quick goal and a stranglehold on the match. And I'm not saying it won't be decided by 1 goal, but I think there's going to be 3 or 4 goals in this. Wow. Both these managers change their style so often. I mean, Lincoln, one game they have 25% possession, they win it 2-1 or something, and it's like 2 counterattack goals. The next game they go out and they win 4-0, and Appleton has proven that all his experience, his time in the Premier League, his time getting Oxford up, he knows what he's got to do. He knows that the goal is just to win, and to hell with some weird style of play. The game is to win. And I wouldn't be surprised if they came out against Blackpool and let Blackpool have possession and look to smash and grab. And if they concede a goal, I can see them completely turning around and being like, right, this ball's ours and we're going to go at you. So I'm pretty excited for this game. I think it's actually going to be a really good game of football. And it's a bit like all the cup finals, and I think you'll see this when you watch our Champions League final video, but it's a battle of the managers over the teams almost.
Even if it's not a high-scoring game, I do see it being quite an intriguing game. I think both sides have shown they're very adaptable. They're both very impressive sides as well. However, it is time to get the view, Tom, of our resident Blackpool expert. That's right. He was with us through the semi-finals. And of course, it would not be the same if we did not get the view of Matt, the Blackpool fan.
Go. I'm back on the channel for the final scenes. I'm going to be there at Wembley, Blackpool versus Lincoln. Let's go. I know someone who isn't going to be there, Warren Young, who watches these videos. He should have bought a season ticket, unlucky. But anyway, my prediction. Well, the number one rule on this channel is show no weakness. So I will show no weakness. Blackpool 2, Lincoln 0, Ellis Sims and Jerry Yates. Comfortable win for the pool, and we go up to the Championship, and then we get back-to-back promotions and get to the Prem, and then win the Prem like Leicester. That's my prediction. Hoping it comes true. Obviously, it'll probably be a lot tighter than that, but that's what I'm hoping for. Up the pool.
Ian, I'm a little bit worried. If Blackpool go up a league, does that mean that Matt won't support us anymore? Is he going to leave us? Is he going to move on to a better?
It'll test his loyalties. I think it's a severe test of loyalties, and I think that alone should mean that everybody should be cheering on Lincoln City for this final.
100%. Now, before we get into predictions, I really quickly would just like to thank our Patreon subscribers who've been with us for months now. Thank you to PJ Simpson, Matthew Bowden, Grandstand Betters, and Robert Allen, and to the others who are on a slightly lower tier. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, please check it out. It's on the screen now. It's down below in the description. Consider following us. And if at the very least you just hit like and subscribe, we really appreciate it. Now, with that all said, Ian, I think it's time for us to give our predictions. And as I'm a kind, giving, and generous soul, I think I'm going to allow myself to go first. I'm going with a 2-1 Tangerine victory.
I had a feeling you'd be back in the Tangerines, Thomas, and I think that it's only right to play a bit of devil's advocate on this channel. And because I live in Lincoln as well, I have absolutely nothing against Blackpool. If they did go up, they thoroughly deserve it. But I'm going off the back of Michael Appleton, former Oxford United hero. The fact I live in Lincoln City, very, very similar sides. Very, very good defences on show for both sides. I'm going to go for Lincoln's defence, quality goalkeeper, Hopper with a goal, Grant with a goal, 2-1 win, Lincoln City.
There you have it, folks. The predictions are in the bag. A huge thank you from Ian and I for following us all season. We will be back next season with League One predictions, with Oxford United previews, reviews, and live streams. Generally, League One live streams will be happening. Genuinely can't say enough. Thank you all for being with us for as long as you have. If you love the channel, please get on Patreon, hit subscribe, hit like. I want to have all your predictions below. Let us know what you think of the season. Let us know how we've done. Let us know how your club's done. Also, if you don't support Oxford, please give me as much information as you have on your club, because I have to do the preview video soon for next season and I know nothing. Nothing. Ian, take us home.
I don't think I can top that. Just thanks very much. One final thing is we have got content coming out for the European Championships, so make sure you check that out over the summer as well. But from Tom and myself, thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.